Alright, here we are for the Old Wives' Tale gender protection video. I did a total of 18 tests, and I haven't actually figured out what it is yet, but I'll hopefully, if I can figure it out, I'll have like a scoreboard up here for boy and girl, so hopefully I can figure out how to do that. Otherwise, I'll tell you at the end what the results were. Obviously, I know that these are all just old wives' tales. They have no scientific proof. They're just for fun, just as a way to look and see how accurate they are. I think a couple of them apparently have scientific proof behind them, like the heartbeats and the beats per minute of the heart, but everything else is just for fun, because obviously if you're going to sit on a fork or a spoon, it's just luck of what you sit on. It's nothing to do with science or anything, so it's all just a bit of fun, and I hope you enjoy. I had Corey helping me with this, but he didn't want to be on camera. He's not feeling very well, and he thought he looked a bit crappy, so I said he didn't have to be in the film. So the first one we did was the fork and spoon test. You have a fork and a spoon, and your significant other, partner, whatever, puts a fork under one pillow and a spoon under the other, and then the mum comes in and sits on a pillow, and that works out if it's a boy or a girl. So fork is a boy and spoon is a girl. So I'll put the video in of that one. This one. It's a boy! It's a boy. And as you can see, I sat on the fork, so that means it's a boy. The next one to look at, we did the Chinese gender predictor. So with that one, you go into Google and type in Chinese gender predictor. There's a few different ones out there. But it just asks you to put in your birth date and your due date. So they work out your Chinese lunar age and then how that works out in the chart. And so that one, with that chart, it said we're having a boy. So that's another point for the boys. The other one is the Mayan calendar, or the Mayan theory, I guess it could be. It asks for your age at conception and the year of conception. So you take both of those, and if they're both odd or both even, it's a girl. And if it's one of each, like if one is odd and one is even, it's a boy. So my age of conception was 21 and the year was 2013. So they're both odd, so that means we're having a girl. And another similar one to that, it just goes by the numbers. It asks for your age at conception and the month you conceived. So the age is 21 and the month was October, so that's the 10th month. And then you add them together, and if the answer's odd, it's a girl, and even, it's a boy. So 21 plus 10 is 31, so that's odd. So another point for the girls. Another one we did was the ring test. You put your wedding ring on the end of a string, and then you sit it on your stomach and pull it up. And if it goes, where is it? Different websites say different things, but most say if it's a circle, it's a boy, and if it's back and forth, it's a girl. So I did this a few times and didn't film it right, so I had to film it again. But most of the time, I think it was like 5 out of 7 times or whatever it was, said girl. So it went, I'll put the video in of the one we took, but it went back and forth, so that means it's a girl. That looks back and forth to me, so that means it's a girl. The next one is about your beauty. It asks like if your hair looks nicer and your skin is better than it was, you're having a boy. But if like you have terrible skin and your hair's all dry and disgusting, you're having a girl, because apparently they steal your beauty. So I could definitely say that my skin is much worse than it was before I was pregnant, and my hair, it hasn't really changed. It has always been quite dry. So I'm going to say that's a point for the girls. The next one is the heart rate. So they say if it's above 140 beats per minute, it's a girl, and if it's below 140 beats per minute, it's a boy. So we've only had two ultrasounds, at both times there was over 150. I think once was 160 or 165 even, so it's quite high. And that points to a girl, so another point for the girls. Next is cravings. This one The theory goes that if you're craving salty or sour, it's a boy, and if it's you're craving sweet things, it's a girl. At the moment I'm craving salty things, like savoury things. I haven't really wanted anything sour, but mostly savoury, so I'm going to say that's a point for the boys. Morning sickness, it says if you have had terrible morning sickness, that means it's a girl, and if you haven't had any morning sickness or barely any, that means it's a boy. So up until about 11 weeks, I only just felt nauseous sometimes. I was never throwing up. But from about 11 to 15 weeks, I was throwing up all the time and didn't want to eat anything, and just felt crappy. So I'm going to say that is pretty bad morning sickness compared to people who don't get it. So I'm going to say that's another point for the girls. The next one is, are you sleeping on your left side or the right side? Oh, pardon me, sorry. So if you're sleeping on your left side, apparently it means you're having a boy, and if you're sleeping on your right side, it means you're having a girl. So I don't know if it's because when you read on the internet and stuff, they say that you should sleep on your left side, but I find it's more comfortable to sleep on the left side, so I'm going to say that's a point for the boys. Next is talking about your hands. It says if your hands are drier than usual than before you were pregnant, then it's where are we? It's a boy, and if there's no change at all, they say it's a girl. So I'd actually say they're less dry, if that's possible, than when I was pregnant. So they haven't really changed at all, they're not getting any drier, so that's another point for the girls. So the next one asks whether you're carrying high or low. I've got a video that Corey took. He thinks I'm carrying high. I thought I was carrying low, but he obviously can see better than I can. I'm not looking at it from a different perspective. So tell me what you think in the comments, if it's high or low. So what do you think? Do you think I'm carrying high or low?
I think you're carrying high.
High? Okay. I was going to say low, but if you think it's high, we'll go a point for the girls. This one asks whether you have headaches or not. If you have more headaches than when you did before you were pregnant, means you're having a boy. If you have no headaches or just like the regular amount you used to have, then it's a girl. So I definitely think I've had more headaches than usual, so I'm going to say that's a point for the boys. This one asks for the mother's instinct, what they think they're having. I've said all along I think it's a boy. I just have this feeling. I've even bought boy things. I just think it's a boy that much. And father's instinct, I asked Corey what he thought it was, not what he wanted, because I know he wants a girl. But he also thinks that it's a girl at the same time. So I'm going to give a point to each, because I think boy and he thinks girl. And the last one, I asked Corey this one because I thought I was being really good. Considering like pregnancy hormones and stuff, I thought I was being relatively like calm and not moody, but I asked him, it says, with your moodiness, are you more moody now that you're pregnant or less moody? And he says, I am more moody, so that means I'm having a girl. So I just counted it up, and that ended up being 16 tests. I don't know where I got 18 from at the start. So it is 16 Old Wives' Tales just for fun, and the results were 9 to girl and 7 to boy. So it's a little bit in favour of girl, but we won't really know until March 7th. We have our gender ultrasound, or whatever it is, 20-week ultrasound. So 7th of March, we're hopefully going to find out the gender if baby wants to cooperate. And then that night, I'm just planning to have a barbecue with family and friends if anyone wants to come, just to reveal the gender to everyone. My older sister will be here from South Africa she's getting here in like nearly under 2 weeks now. But on the 7th of March, we're going to get her to come to the ultrasound, and hopefully if the ultrasound lady will let us, she'll find out what it is and tell my sister, but not tell us. Like, we'll leave the room and she can tell my sister, and then so her and her wife can go to Spotlight and buy the appropriate balloons, and then we'll just like put them in a box and reveal what they are with all our family, which I think is a really good idea. They can all be around to find out and enjoy the moment together. So that'll be on the 7th of March. Hopefully we can find out what it is, and then I will make a video and let you guys know. Other than that, that's all the genders Old Wives' Tales for today.